Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're completely demystifying cloud data breaches, and honestly, we're going to reveal a truth that might really surprise you. When we hear about these massive data leaks exposing millions of sensitive records on the news, our minds immediately jump to that classic Hollywood hacking scene, right? Hooded figures in dark rooms, furiously typing away, smashing through complex firewalls. But the reality? Well, the reality is far less cinematic. The biggest threat to your data actually isn't a master hacker. It's just simple human error. So picture this. Imagine waking up, you're pouring your morning coffee, and you discover that your company's entire database, we're talking customer records, financial documents, totally confidential IP, is just completely exposed to the public internet. Millions of records just sitting out there for anyone to see. And the absolute kicker? There was no malware involved. None. There was no sophisticated cyber attack. The alarms didn't even go off because the hacker didn't actually break in. The front door was just left wide open. This exact scenario plays out all over the world every single year, and it all comes down to how we're managing the cloud. To really understand this silent disaster, we have to look at the sheer scale of modern cloud environments. We aren't just talking about a little offsite storage anymore. Massive global platforms like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, they now host the entire operational brains of most modern enterprises. And organizations are flocking to these platforms for some pretty undeniable reasons. You get incredible flexibility, instant scalability, and significantly lower costs. It's a total game changer for how organizations operate. But this immense convenience comes with a really heavy and often deeply misunderstood responsibility. Because look, the cloud providers give you all the tools, but making sure they're actually set up safely, that falls entirely on you. Okay, so what exactly is a cloud misconfiguration? Put simply, it's just an incorrect setting that leaves your digital assets exposed. It happens when cloud resources, whether that's a storage drive, a database, or a network protocol, are just configured the wrong way. And that one single incorrect setting acts like a giant beacon, leaving your systems, your apps, and your highly sensitive data completely exposed to unauthorized access. Think of your cloud environment like a brand new state-of-the-art office building. The cloud providers themselves actually offer secure defaults and incredibly powerful security tools. The technology itself isn't insecure at all. But making a configuration mistake? It's exactly like installing a massive, impenetrable bank vault door at the front entrance while accidentally leaving all the ground floor windows wide open. Attackers don't even need to try to break the vault. They just climb right through the window. So why do smart, highly capable administrators keep making these mistakes? Mainly because cloud environments have become staggeringly complex. A single organization might be simultaneously managing hundreds of virtual machines, multiple databases, storage buckets, APIs, identity permissions, the whole shebang. Combine that massive complexity with really tight project deadlines, and what happens? People accidentally leave default security settings unchanged. They forget to disable a test environment, or they just ignore a security alert. It's just simple human oversight inside a highly complex machine. And these oversights usually boil down to 6 common configuration mistakes. Let's run through them, because if you can avoid these, you're already way ahead of the curve. First up, public storage buckets. Instead of restricting access, admins sometimes accidentally leave the bucket open, meaning literally anyone with the link or an automated bot can view sensitive customer records or source code. Mistake number 2 is granting excessive user permissions. Imagine an intern who only needs to view a weekly report, but accidentally gets full administrator privileges. If that intern's account gets compromised, the attacker now has the keys to the kingdom. This directly violates a core security rule called the principle of least privilege. Basically, users should only ever have the exact permissions necessary to do their job and absolutely nothing more. Now, even if you lock down permissions perfectly, you're still at massive risk if you disable logging and monitoring. Without logs, your security teams are flying completely blind, suspicious activity goes entirely unnoticed, you can't investigate incidents because you don't even know who accessed your systems or what they did. And that's especially dangerous if you commit mistake number 4, misconfigured firewalls. Cloud firewalls control which systems can talk to each other. If you open unnecessary ports or allow unrestricted internet access, you're massively increasing your attack surface. You're basically leaving extra side doors completely unlocked. Mistake 5, exposed secrets. Developers are human, and sometimes they accidentally publish database passwords or API keys right into public code repositories. If attackers find those, they gain direct, instant access to your resources. And finally, if all else fails and an attacker does get in, mistake number 6, leaving data unencrypted turns a minor breach into a total catastrophe. Sensitive info has to be encrypted both at rest and in transit. If it's unencrypted, an unauthorized person can just read everything instantly. Okay, to truly grasp the gravity of these seemingly small errors, let's step out of the theoretical for a second. Let's look at how quickly a single mistake snowballs into a real-world disaster for, say, a healthcare company. Just look at how fast this timeline escalates. Step 1. During a routine deployment, a well-meaning administrator accidentally leaves a cloud storage bucket containing patient records set to public. Step 2. Within mere hours, automated internet scanners, which are constantly crawling the web just looking for open buckets, discover the exposed storage. Step 3. Highly sensitive patient records become fully accessible to bad actors. Do you notice the missing step here? Zero hacking required. No malware was deployed. No passwords were even cracked. Just one incorrect configuration led to a total compromise in a matter of hours. The good news? This nightmare scenario is entirely preventable. Organizations can massively reduce their risk by just following some fundamental best practices. First, strictly apply that principle of least privilege we talked about. Review permissions regularly and ruthlessly remove unnecessary access. Second, enable multi-factor authentication, MFA, especially for administrative accounts. This adds a crucial extra layer of security beyond just a password. And third, always encrypt your sensitive data, both when it's stored and when it's moving across networks. But setting it up right the first time isn't quite enough. You actually have to maintain it. You've got to continuously monitor cloud activity by enabling comprehensive logging. That way you can investigate unusual logins or weird network traffic immediately. Next, conduct regular security audits. Use automated tools to catch these common misconfigurations before the attacker's bots do. And finally, train your employees. Remember, most of these incidents begin with a simple human error. Regular cybersecurity awareness training is your absolute best defense against accidental oversights. Keep your systems updated and keep your people educated. Now, to successfully deploy all these protective solutions, you absolutely must understand the shared responsibility model. Honestly, this is arguably the most important concept in cloud security. When you move to the cloud, you aren't outsourcing your security entirely. You're entering into a partnership. This model defines exactly where the cloud provider's job ends and where your job as the customer begins. The division of labor is actually incredibly strict. The cloud provider, whether that's AWS, Azure, or Google, is responsible for securing the underlying infrastructure. They lock down the physical data centers, the networking hardware, and the servers. But you, the customer, you are solely responsible for securing what you put into that cloud. You're responsible for securing user identities, your applications, your access controls, and most importantly, your stored data. The provider builds a highly secure building, sure, but you're the one who has to remember to lock your specific office door. Cloud technology has completely transformed the modern world, offering just unmatched flexibility and power. But as we've seen throughout this explainer, that flexibility demands a really high level of responsibility. The breaches making the headlines aren't usually the work of criminal masterminds. They're the result of completely preventable everyday configuration mistakes. So as we wrap things up, I want you to reflect on your own organization's cloud environment. Look at the practices we've discussed today and ask yourself this final critical question. Which cloud security mistake do you think organizations make most often? And perhaps more importantly, is your organization making it right now? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning and stay secure.